The dining room carried a chill that night. She looked at me across the plates, her fork frozen in midair, and asked softly, "Why aren't you saying anything tonight?" I didn't meet her eyes. Instead, I pushed at my food, drawing small shapes while my thoughts dragged heavy inside me. When I finally spoke, my voice was low, edged with steel. "I'm wondering what happens when the truth finally comes out." The brightness slipped from her face in an instant, as if someone had switched off the light behind her smile. The silence between us thickened. She tried to cover it, letting out a nervous laugh and lifting her glass for a sip of wine. "What truth?" she asked, her voice uneven. I leaned back in my chair, watching her carefully. For months, I had noticed the late returns, flimsy excuses, and the faint scent of a man's cologne clinging to her clothes. Not mine. I had kept quiet, collecting every detail, every carefully hidden lie. "I already know," I said at last, locking my gaze with hers. The fork slipped from her hand and clattered onto the plate. "No. What are you talking about?" she whispered, though we both knew she understood. She had always believed I wouldn't notice, that I was too trusting, too blind to suspect. She stretched her hand across the table, desperate to close the distance. "It's not what you think," she pleaded. I pulled my hand back before she could touch me. For weeks I had debated this moment. Should I leave quietly, confront her outright, or let her feel the same sting she'd carved into me? Tonight, I chose clarity. "I've seen the messages," I told her. "The late-night calls. The weekends you swore you were with your sister. I know his name, where he works, even the hotel you both like so much." Her face drained of color. Her lips parted, then closed again, searching for words that would undo what couldn't be undone. Nothing came. Tears welled up and spilled down her cheeks. "You could have told me the truth," I said calmly. "But you didn't. You lied." She stumbled over apologies, begging, swearing it meant nothing, promising it would stop. But betrayal is a weight you can't set down once it lands. I pushed my chair back and stood, walking toward the window. The night outside was dark but steady. "I've already decided," I said quietly. Her voice cracked. "What do you mean? What are you going to do? You're not leaving me, are you?" My silence was the answer she dreaded. For weeks, I had been preparing for this. Moving money, finding a new place, speaking with a lawyer. Every step deliberate. "I won't fight you," I said finally. "Keep what you chose, your freedom, your lover. But you won't have me anymore." She broke down, sobbing, insisting she had made a mistake, begging me not to leave. But it was too late. Her choices had already set the path in motion. I laid the keys gently on the table. "This house, this life, we built it together. And you chose to throw it away. Tomorrow, the papers will come. I'm done pretending." She reached for me again, panic filling her eyes, but I stepped back. Whatever we had was gone, shattered into something that couldn't be pieced back together. Yet in that pain, I felt something new, clarity. I realized how long I had lived in suspicion, questioning myself, carrying the weight of something broken. But now, the truth stood before me, sharp and undeniable, and strangely it gave me strength. "Please don't do this," she whispered through tears. "We can fix it." I shook my head slowly. "You can't fix what you already destroyed." The food on the table sat cold and untouched, just like the marriage that had ended long before this night. I walked toward the door. She followed, crying, grabbing at my arm. But when I turned to look at her one last time, I no longer saw the woman I had once loved. That person was gone, buried beneath lies and secrecy. Outside, the night air felt clean, almost new, like I'd been holding my breath for months and finally let it go. The road ahead wouldn't be easy, but it would be mine. I didn't want revenge, didn't need to shout or tear her world apart. My decision to walk away in silence would weigh on her far longer than anger ever could. Long after I was gone, she would sit at that table, replaying every word. And me? I didn't look back.